Hey classmates, it's Tuesday. So, first of all, I want to say hello to our new Wednesday. It's great to have you. I'm really excited. Um, you do speech. I don't know. That's pretty exciting. Uh, Second, we have two themes this week, which is interesting, seeing as though we haven't had a theme for the past 2 weeks. I apologize for that. That is partly my fault. But our first theme is if our life was a TV show, what would be happening right now? And I guess if my life was a TV show, it would probably be some cheesy like Disney Channel or Nickelodeon like teen high school like show. And seeing as though I'm graduating, the show would probably either be ending or a spin-off would be happening after it. And yeah, I don't know how popular it would be. They would probably have to spice it up quite a bit to make people want to watch it and give me some weird, element that was like a hook for the show. Like maybe I'd have superpowers or something. And I'd probably have some love interest that they set up for me in the first season that I would be getting together with now, seeing as though the show is ending. Um, yeah. Second theme is Narimon's YouTube survey. So I'm going to just jump into that. The first question is why you called that. Um, I don't know if you guys know this, but my real name isn't actually Beth Ann. It's Elizabeth. But my parents call me Beth Ann, called me Beth Ann, because that's really what they wanted to name me, but for some reason they named me Elizabeth anyway. I don't really know why. But Beth Ann, that was the name of a waitress who served my mom while she was pregnant with me. And they really liked the name because it incorporated my someone from my mom's side and someone from my dad's side, because my aunt on my mom's side's name is Beth and my grandma on my dad's side's name is Anne. So, So, I'm actually named after three people. I don't know really where they came up with Elizabeth, except for they thought, oh, Beth is nickname for Elizabeth, and we can make Anne her middle name. Yeah. Um, Favorite school teacher. I had a hard time picking this one. I have to go with either my Latin teacher last year, who was just insane, but in a hilarious way. And we didn't really learn anything in his class, but we just have really good conversations. And he would, talk. He would spend the period like talking about like all the problems with like the educational system or whatever, things that were actually pretty true. I remember one time somebody he had this paper that he showed me, and he just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And some senior last year had just printed it to his room, and it said, it was this essay about their like college experience, their high school experience. At the end, they were talking about the graduation, and at the end, they were like, "We're free. We're finally free," and he thought that was like the funniest thing that school was like a jail or whatever. I don't know. It was a really interesting experience talking to him, and he had this thing, and I still don't know what it was, but he had this thing. He had this chicken, this statue of a chicken, and he was like, "You have this year to figure out what it is, and if you do, then you'll know. But if you don't, then you'll just never find out." And unfortunately, we never even figured out. Although we came pretty close, and it's very frustrating because he uh, mysteriously stopped working there, and now we have a different Latin teacher, so I'll never know what it is. Um, 3. What is the weirdest food I've ever eaten? This is hard. I mean, I'm not a picky eater. I will literally eat anything, but I don't know how many weird things that I've eaten. Um, I have eaten escargot, so I'm just gonna go with that. But there might be something weirder, but I can't think of anything right now. Tell us about your first gig. Well, it really just depends upon what you count as a gig, because if you count Bamboozle as a gig, then Bamboozle was my first gig. If you count Blue Man Group as a gig, then Blue Man Group was the first gig. And if you count like conventions as a gig, then my first convention was New York City Comic Con, which I never got to tell you guys about, but that happened 2 weeks ago, and I went for the first time, and it was so fun. And yeah, but I don't have a lot of time to go into that, but it was really fun. And yeah, and if none of those count, then I have never been to a gig. I've never been to like a proper like band gig. But I think Blue Man Group is probably the closest thing. What was my favorite place in the world? I'm a geek, but I would say in a forensics round, definitely. It's just my favorite, and I'm really excited because we have our first one next Saturday. But yeah, anyway, who do I want to answer the service next? All of you, except for Janine, who has already answered it. But the rest of you. Okay, this is going to be a long video. And I don't know, are we doing strikes for that? I hope not, because there was a lot that I had to include. There were 2 themes. It's not my fault. I think we should have 8 minutes. 2 themes is the 8-minute limit. Anyway, bye.